Chick.
Now, don't everybody talk at once.
Yeah, we got a big crew here tonight. Anyway, I'm Jody. That's David.
Yep.
With Whiskey Rebellion Barcast. You can like, subscribe, hit the notifications, do all the things, turn on the bells and whistles. We're going to do a short show tonight, but we're going to talk about I think we're going to talk about some interesting aspects, mainly because I'm into random nonsense when it comes to economics and products going to deliverables or the consumer. So we'll hit on that, but we got some birthday wishes to put out there first. Mark, the BBC is he's, I guess, 29 again. And then
he couldn't join us. He's busy blowing out his birthday candles.
That's a lot of them. There's a few on that.
There's a couple.
Then on Wednesday, Michelle's dad turns 78.
Nice.
Brian.
Right. There you go.
So, that's do you know anybody else? Oh, by the way, Preston turns 19 on Sunday.
Nice. All right.
And he goes to move him into college on Saturday.
There you go.
So
busy week, huh? Busy week for all of us.
He's been up in he was at Tennessee this week because his girlfriend goes to school at University of Tennessee. And anyway, long story short with it, they what's the word I want to use? They can't stop seeing each other. So he's gonna put 1 billion miles on his car, going back between Belmont and UT Knoxville, and then he'll probably take out a student loan at some point since it won't be on scholarship there, and he'll end up going to school at University of Tennessee at some other point. Maybe. Hope that's not the case, but I'm not going to hold my breath.
Fair enough.
So,
to be young,
Yeah, if I was young, I would do all kinds.
What is he studying?
Finance and entrepreneurship.
Of course. Very nice.
So, Dad's talked him in some good stuff. Anyway,
I was curious.
So I was reading an article. So this dumbass, Susie Rizzo or something like that on X posted this thing about. I don't think she watched the video. It was a newscast from Canada. It was from Toronto Today or something like that. Mm-hmm. And they were talking about. And of course, I went to go fact check it. So, because of economic policies and stuff like that. Canada has decided they're not going to carry U.S. whiskeys in Canada, all right, or U.S. products, distilled products in Canada, which that's their choice, this, that, and whatever. Now, we're going to go through the list of what they have, all right? And I can tell you which ones I think are right and which ones I don't. I do have some concerns about the location of where they say that they're distilled because I know that's not entirely true. But
there's a question about that actually with regards to, so we'll get into that, but there's a question from a standpoint of, say, when it says made somewhere, right? Mm-hmm. And whether or not you're going to get nailed with tariffs because it said it's made in one place versus made in another versus actually manufactured in one place or produced in whatever place. We're getting into this with the whiskey, but I think of it in terms of my job where I work. The company I work for is based in Taiwan. Our products say made in America. So they don't get tariff, right? They say they're made in America, which they are assembled in America. And used to be the sticker said assembled in America. Now they say made in America. And that's what our friend Jeff would call puffery, right? Because it's not really, because the shit is actually, those parts are machined in Taiwan. That's where the actual, like the metal and silicone and chipsets and all that stuff, all that shit happens in Taiwan. The actual putting it all together and making it into a server that runs happens here.
Right.
So like my company avoids a lot of tariffs because of the way that's worded, basically. What happens in the whiskey world is kind of what the question I'm getting at.
Well, the difference is, so there's a lot of things. So I was reading this just because I wanted to know. So between 2007 and 2020, which I thought this was a shocking number, to be honest with you. $6.4 billion is what they represent in a deficit with U.S. alcohols. So that means that they're working in a hole compared to ours. But the reason why I find that that's weird is because they get roughly 13.5 billion a year from the sale of alcohol in the Canadian government, right? And it shows how the costs are typically broke up. Healthcare is number one, criminal justice number two. And then they also look at long-term costs that can be with economic losses due to deaths, disabilities, and absentees attributed to alcohol and all that. That's not really what I was getting into, but the thing that gets me is when I was listening to that to Good Morning Toronto or whatever the hell it was, and I listened to the whole video. They were talking about, and it was from a newscast up there, that they are working on this first quarter alone. Technically, we're in the fourth quarter, so it'd be the third quarter, but they're working. When I say first quarter in this
fiscal quarter, yeah,
I'm talking about the first part of this year. All right, first 7 months of this year, they're working in a $500 million decrease in revenue that's generated by taxes already 7 months in. Now it may not seem like a whole lot, but it's $500 million in 7 months.
That is
a
lot of money to leave on the table.
Yep. So I was thinking about that, and I was like, man. And here's the other thing too. It's not, excuse me, it's not about the having any type of partisan side here on either way, but the other thing is when it comes to alcohol, definitely when you're working on a deficit already. I mean, they started in a $6.4 billion deficit already with the United States when it comes to alcohol sales. Why would you punish Canadians to make them drink their own whiskey? I mean, I'm not trying to be hateful. I mean, there is one or
Canadian whiskey is not really, reputationally, I don't need to tell you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my favorite. I'm okay with like 40 Creek it's a light whiskey. Yeah. And then I'm good with Pine. I think it's called Pine Creek, which I love their story behind that one. They're up in, I think they're in Alberta, and they took over an old hangar, and all the barrels are in the hangar, and there's no air conditioning, no heating, and they go from hot to cold year round in this aircraft.
That's crazy. On an old hangar.
So I love their story behind them, and to be honest with you, it's a relative.
Creek or Pine Creek?
Pine Creek.
Pine Creek.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have it pulled up. Hold on a second. I'll pull it up on the other screen real fast. But I have it pulled up, and it's interesting when you look at that. Now they have some other ones in here. They're like, well, Caribou Crossing, which we're going to talk about a little bit. And yeah, it's called Pike Creek. I'm sorry.
Pike Creek.
Yeah, Pike Creek.
So
and and they got a great story. Now their story might be puffery, but I have been to Alberta, and it's nice, and I can see how they can do that. And I bet it has, though I do like the taste of that one. It's not one of my favorites by any means. But like they also have Crown on here, and that's just when they talk about Crown being made in Canada, that's just not true. It's distilled in. And
that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, right? In Vermont. And
are they subject to tariff if that is
what's going the opposite way? So it would be them, I guess, tariffing us.
Right.
Which would, that's again, I don't perceive to be in.
Are they adding costs to Crown Royal? Or are they just not buying our products? Or are they? That's what I'm saying. It's like,
and here's the other thing about that too: is all the products already bought. Like for it to be delivered there, they had to pay wholesale pricing for it.
Sure.
So they've already bought the product.
So is it? I mean, is this the equivalent of shooting the Bud Light can? Like, is that where we're at now? But except it's whiskey bottles. Like,
I think so in a way. The only difference is that campaign really worked. For
yeah, you can't even talk about Bud Light anymore without
you're automatically gay if you drink Bud Light. I don't drink beer, but if I was going to, it would not be Bud Light. But yeah, so you sit there and you think about those kind of things. That was a campaign that worked. It also worked on Target too. When they went after Target, because and that's where I was actually talking about this in my class the other day. When you're looking at segmentation, who you're who your target audience is. Like, and I bring this up all the time. When you think about Nike, for example, who do you think they're, and you're going to say the wrong answer, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you are, but who do you think their target audience is?
Nike?
Yeah.
I think we've had this conversation, haven't we?
I'm sure we have.
I probably answered wrong then too.
Yeah.
So I was going to say probably college kids and then like people who live more in the city.
Yeah, it's definitely urban kids. All you have to do is look at their brand ambassadors. What do they all have in common? Almost all of them are African American. They all came from inner city neighborhoods. Not all, but most. All right. And so,
because they're expensive too, is the thing I was thinking. So you have to have some kind of disposable income. I think made me think college kids, but
I don't know what kind of college you went to where you had disposable income, but man, I was ramen noodles and the skinniest I ever been.
That's right. We're speaking from our own experiences. Well, for me, when I did, yes, but a lot of the people, because I grew up in Northern Virginia with a lot of people who were like very hoity-toity areas around Washington, D.C.
So you're a privileged.
I mean, I ended up here, so it didn't work out for me so well. But I had the pedigree, 100%. 100% had the pedigree.
You're like Little Dicky.
You just keep laying them on, man. But you know, I've opened this door on myself. So in a sense, yes, yeah.
If you listen to Little Dicky, the Performer song, where he's talking to Snoop, he talks about, yo, man, don't be all up on me just because I didn't come from the hood, you know, and I didn't use my bar mitzvah money and all this stuff.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So it's freaking great. I would play it in this, but what's that?
Because of the royalty or whatever that they
trademark. But no, so I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't understand the concept economic policy on, and I know why we would do it to them when it comes to economic policy, talking about tariffing their whiskey. But you asked a very important question. I'm not a big fan of tariffs. I've already said that. Because it's here's the reason why the argument is. And we've had this argument before when we were talking about politics, and I'm not trying to make this political, but I've always said that unions do what? Drive up the cost per product to the consumer. Paying
that is an effect, sure.
So that's what tariffs do as well.
Okay.
Unless the business decides to soak in some of that or eat it all up, it's going to go to the consumer.
Yeah, sure.
And as a business professor, I wouldn't recommend that to businesses either. Like, your job is to maximize revenue. I've told you that 1,000 times. Why would I go back on that today?
Sure.
But when I hear people argue about tariffs, I'm like, but you have no problem with, union workers, or not even that, just to build our products here in the United States, because we are the richest country on earth. We have this tendency to pay everybody a whole lot. I mean, we have a housing problem with people can't afford houses and stuff, because, a lot of that's to do with people that are financing, which allegedly in the big, beautiful bill, there's supposed to be a thing in there by 2030, I think, where investors can no longer buy residential property.
I think if that is actually in the bill, that may be one good reason to support it. I think we're probably in agreement. It's the companies buying up, like
the BlackRock,
homes. Buying up all the damn houses.
I'm not talking about like somebody who just wants to buy a bunch of houses for their portfolio. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is these major companies buying up entire city
I'm not
blocks.
talking about someone who's got a couple of investment properties. I'm talking about like you're saying, and they're turning a percentage of any neighborhood into rental properties.
Yep.
And watch the price. Where I live, I couldn't tell you how many neighbors I've seen move away because they raised the prices on them.
Yeah.
Like just in the 6 whatever years I've been here.
Yeah.
It's a very prevalent thing. So you and I are lockstep on that one.
So. But when you look at all of that goes into.
I don't hate on unions, but go ahead.
Yeah, but all of that. So when you think about tariffs or you think about trade deficits, again, trade deficits are a little bit different. If we, again, that goes back to cost per product. If we had in the United States where we could do manufacturing like we did in the 50s, and we had, the cost of living was the 50s, right? We would still have all that here, and then you could discuss a deficit. But when you're talking about businesses, like Nike is a perfect example. Nike cost per product's less than $2 to make a pair of shoes. That includes the laborers and the the equipment to put it together, the products and stuff like that, the raw material. It costs about $2.50 or a little bit less than that. Find me a pair of Nikes anywhere that are, we'll say, brand new, under $100.
Sure.
That is a ginormous percent. Matter of fact, I was getting on somebody the other day. They were like, well, that's only 100% or 98% or 97.5% increase. And I'm like, no, I don't think you understand how math works.
It's the hilarious thing in that moment is you're criticizing that person on their math. And I'm thinking there's no way for the manufacturing price, the $2 and whatever it costs to make, that the people who actually did the labor were compensated fairly for their effort.
No.
That's where my brain went. Yeah.
But no, when you look at that, you'd have to go every $2.50. So if it costs you $2.50 to build that product, just keep multiplying that until you get to 100. And you're going to come up to about a 500%. Well, it's going to be more than 500, about 11 to 1,500% increase. And that's how much their margins are, right? And that includes putting them in a container and shipping the container to the United States, and then also the loss of product too.
Yeah,
it's crazy. And let's just say we want to change the numbers and fudge them a little bit. Say we want to say that I think we both agree that there's no way that's costing them more than $20 to do it. All right, so let's just say $20 per pair of shoes. All right.
Well, that's how we used to get China on price dumping. I don't know.
Well, I
don't know if we do it anymore, but hopefully.
Well, see, the thing is, I was talking with my students about that. The reason why investors don't typically invest in the Chinese stock market is because of the manipulation of currency. Like if you were to go to China right now and then with cash and you were trying to get their currency there in China, they're going to do it to what they think it is, not to what the actual exchange rate is. Right. So they may do a 1-for-1 where it's really 1-for-4 or something,
Yeah. So they're going off of vibes.
Yeah. They're Kamaling it.
That's all right. We danced around it long enough. There you go.
Well, you said vibes. I mean, that's who that's most closely associated, that and jazz hands.
I actually think about boomers when I hear vibes. I know they didn't come up with a term, but I think they're all about feelings.
Well, let's get back on topic.
Yeah. We'll derail.
So we could definitely get back over there, but when it's only two of us, it's going to come out to be one of our faults. You know what I'm saying?
I've got reputation on my side on this show, just so you know.
Yeah, I know.
Even if it is my fault.
Yeah. So I was thinking about that, and I was like, and that's the reason why, for example, Nike, Apple, all of them do all their manufacturing overseas, because even the loss and the shipping it here is cheaper. Same thing with our American beef. Fact check me on this, everybody. We get 83% of our beef from China.
Holy shit.
So when I see people talking about, how much beef is, I'm like, yes, because we have these massive tariffs on them and they have massive tariffs on us.
That's it. Tina has joined us in the comments. She has asked, all I want to know is the whiskey price going up. Jody, are the whiskey prices going up?
I don't know. I mean, I honestly, yeah, it's been a long time since I talked to Tina. She used to follow the band around. Tina, you missed an excellent show last week. I had Sky on, but she used to follow the band around back in the day. We've been friends she and I have been friends since at least 2000-ish. She was good friends with at the time, but I found out she really wasn't good friends with, but she was allegedly good friends with Alicia at the time.
Oh my.
But she's not. I wouldn't call her good friends with Alicia now. I mean, because she told me that. But anyway,
that's good.
So from my experience, and I do typically get my whiskey at fair market value here in the state of Tennessee, from Vintage, which is off Lebanon Road. Yeah, you missed it. You have to go back and watch it. It was hilarious, Tina. Me and Dave were talking about it for the show that I was like, I wonder if the rest of the guys liked it. And they were like, And Dave was like, well, I don't know. They were probably bored because they didn't have any way to really interact, but they were great hearing these stories between
I was fascinated. Like, it was a really cool story. Like, if I was hosting a podcast, I would want these two fuckers sitting here just talking about old times and the dumb, crazy shit they used to do and all that stuff. I would love it. Eat it up.
She's been there. She's been to a lot of our shows.
Other folks. I know.
Yeah. She's talking about Alicia.
Yeah. I kind of figured. Yeah.
But no, she's been to a lot of our shows. She's probably in the. I mean, we were several different band names before we got bigger, is what we'll call it. But I would say of probably the hundreds and hundreds of shows we did, she's probably been to hundreds and hundreds of shows. She even traveled with her boyfriend at the time. It might have been her fiance. I don't know. She'll have to correct me. But hell, it might have been her husband. I have no idea. But when we used to travel to other states, she would come to some of those shows too. Well, I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying.
You're saying there's this other guy there, so I figured
she was with this other guy.
You know, there's only the second show here I've ever caught.
Oh, on here.
Yeah. So what you're saying is you like your musical career better.
Well, I liked my musical career too, but that's like Sky asked me the other day. He's like, we've talked since then a bunch. He's like, dude, we got to get together and play again. We wrote good stuff. Let's do it. And I'm like, I'll make a deal with you.
Oh, well, now I'm curious.
Wait a minute. Which do you have the? You'll have to. You know what? Send me a DM on the never released CD.
No, just a friend.
Oh yeah, the guy that she had up there.
Oh,
anyway,
there. Okay.
I'm trying to catch up, but anyway,
yeah.
But no, she came to like all the shows. Good fan. But no, Scott was asking me about, he's like, we got to play again, this, that one. I'm like, all right, here's the deal. I say, if we're going to do this, let's make something crazy about ourselves so we don't have to show our images because we're old as fuck. And then the other thing is, I'm not doing any shows. I don't want to play live anymore. I'm tired of that. My bedtime's long, except for Saturday night, which that was some dumb fuckery all by itself. But except for Saturday night, I am over staying up too terribly late.
What is that? What's too terribly late for you now?
Well, like the show is over at 8. I was hoping it'd be over like at 7:15.
Nice. Oh, mine not much better. That's hilarious. Good to know.
Yeah. No, man, she's a big fan. Fan. I'm glad Tina, glad to see you on here. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I'll read Tina. I'll read just about anything. So if you want to say bad things about Jody,
she's not gonna say anything bad about me.
I'll just read them out loud. I will.
Tina adores me.
We'll find out if she really adores you or not.
She does. I mean, we've been friends. She and I have been friends a long time for sure. It had to be around since 2000 for sure. Because it was 2001 is when I moved back to Tennessee. So it was 2001 probably.
There you go. Are you drinking tonight? What are you drinking?
Buffalo Trace.
There you go.
Got for $34.
Yeah, it's hard to beat. You can get I know you like the cast strength or whatever, but the company,
yeah,
like $35 right now.
I don't know that I can go down there anymore. Cause I think I know I told Michelle this.
Might just go to my local.
Well, what I'm saying is to go down there to get the cast strength.
Okay.
I seen the husband and wife. The wife works there as a barmaid, and then the husband is a musician there, and I tipped him, and I thought he was great. I even told him he was tearing it up. It was awesome, And
Tina, I'm so disappointed.
It's not like
I thought you were gonna help me. I thought you were gonna help me out, Tina. I thought you were gonna help me out, but I see how it is.
I have one of our shows recorded. I need to. That would be great to put in the intro or the extra, the exit out of this.
Got to sign bottles of Brothers Bond.
Did you do that because of the TV show?
I guess we'll wait until that's too funny.
Actually, last time I seen her, we had I think she and I had the company together. And that's been several years, but it's last time I seen her.
It's a good one.
I could be lying. I think it was a company, but it could have been a litany of other things. But anyway, no, I told him, I said, I don't want to do shows, and I don't want anybody to see our face. We'll have to just be old. Maybe get our kids to pretend like well, he don't have any kids, but
like the
actually we should let Preston
version of Slipknot or something.
Yeah, maybe we can get Preston to be our front man, and he can be our Milli Vanilli because he's she's got my back.
Wings.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, she knows that me and Sky we're great friends, but like every great friend, we argued all the time. Definitely on creative differences, man. I was like, dude,
I can't imagine you being argumentative with somebody, Jody.
I know.
Not you. You're so copacetic. Go along to get along. I'm okay. You're okay.
Yeah.
No, not so much. Okay.
Sound like a you issue, not a me issue.
I say that more often the older I get.
Yeah, I do too. But no, anyway, I told him, I said, and of course, now I'm just thinking about this. I could probably get Preston, who is God's gift to women, just ask him. But he also, I watched him. I had to go to my uncle's on Saturday during the day. I went to I didn't have to go. I went to my uncle's celebration of life. Mm-hmm. And so there's like just a motley crew of a bunch of, some of them family, some of them are not. And
sure, celebration of life.
And to be honest with you, it looked like I just knew words and they didn't know what I was saying at all. But anyway, so Preston comes rolling in because he has to be fashionably late. So he's like literally the last person that gets there. All right. And he comes walking in across the grass. And all the old ladies, and I'm not even playing. We're talking about ladies like in their early 60s, 70s, and maybe even 80s. I don't know. They're like, oh my God, who's this still Dreamboat? And of course, my mom's like, that's my grandson. I love him so much. And of course, now I'm having to introduce myself the entire time because my mom apparently isn't proud of her son who has a doctorate and served 22 years in the military, No, I'm not going to play out again. I'm not playing out anymore. I'm done with that.
Jody and Sky.
Well, that's what's funny is some of that stuff you heard. I recorded.
I'm too old to be a roadie.
I recorded all the guitar and bass parts on a lot of it, and Fred played the drums and stuff because they couldn't hear my ideas. Mm-hmm. And then, to be honest with you, nobody can hear Preston. Can hear Sky's ideas because Sky's like, well, what we need to do is we'll do 45 time changes. I think we were doing math metal before it was even math metal. Dream Theater.
I did not know that was even a thing, but it's checking out.
No, have you ever listened to Dragon Force, or Dream Theater? Those guys.
Yeah.
That's math metal.
Math metal. Yeah, no, I'm getting it. I'd never heard it called that before.
Yeah,
that's fucking great.
Like you got to have an advanced degree. You know what's funny is the guy from Dragon Force, the guitarist. He has a PhD in electrical engineering from MIT.
I believe that shit. Nerds go hard in the paint, man.
She's an idiot. I ain't got time for her shit.
We just had our guy. He left our office about the same time I started, but he was a guy who came up as a tech or whatever. Mm-hmm. He is now like the global security guy for the company. Makes I don't know how much money, and he's like 28, 30 years old, something like that. Mm-hmm. Like super young guy. Like he's like, what is it, Big Bang Theory? Like he's fucking Sheldon. Like that is who this guy is. And he dresses in a suit every fucking day. Like all the rest of us slobs, we're in shirt, we're in clothes. We know we're going to get dirty and be running cable, have fucking cobwebs and filth on us. This man, regardless, always wears a suit.
Well,
the job you want, he did.
By the way, side note here. Big Bang Theory. These are real quick. So when I think about,
says I'll still be your groupie.
Yeah, well, this is part of the reason why I'm not gonna put Junk Box. Oh yeah, I have that one too. Yeah, so I have that one as well. This is why I was asking if it was unreleased. And you're talking about the red cover. The second one that we released is the one that is that we signed the first 100 copies of it or so. We all signed the leaf on the inside. It's good times. And I gave one to my dad, and I kept one. I think we all kept one at least. I gave one to my dad though. He never listened to it, but he was like, "I got your signature, son." I'm like, "That's great, Dad. That's awesome." But no,
well, I got a few.
Yeah, exactly. But she has the one she's talking about is the red cover. It has my back on the back of it and my tattoo on my back. It's it has the songs written across my back. It's kind of cool.
That's cool.
Actually, I posted it when Fred died because that was like the first album I did with Fred. We played together for about a year before we went and recorded.
Mm-hmm.
I was still playing with other bands, to be honest with you. So I was still doing that, and I just got burnt out, and I was just wanting to write and play. And me and Sky wrote real well together. It's blue.
It's blue. It's blue.
Is it the whole band on the front cover, like the four of us? Because the front is blue, but the back is the red album. We call it the red album. I should go upstairs and get it, but anyway, so I just enjoyed writing with him, and we clicked. Now, I definitely had problems when he would always talk about, man, my voice, I can't sing tonight. And it was always right before we went on the show. Like, you know, like.
So he had like basically self-doubt.
No. He smoked like fucking 4 packs a day. He's like, I don't know why my throat
He's
hurt.
a real legitimate concern then. Because he was tearing himself up.
He was like, I'm not sure it's going to be as good tonight, guys. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get drunk probably.
I thought it was Jump Box.
This Jump Box.
Yeah, okay.
What's wrong?
No.
I mean, that's right. What she said, Junk Box.
Okay, I was checking. Junk Box. All right. Yeah.
And then, but anyway, yeah, he would always say that. It was like every time I was like, oh my God, please don't tell me the same story. And he's like, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sing as good tonight. I got a steroid shot today. It should be all right. Oh my God, you're killing me every time.
You know, I mean, seriously, like the anxiety of I've done something new to myself physiologically, and then now I have to perform like that. It seems like such a bad time because like it reminded me what I would do like running training. It's like you don't want to like get out there on marathon day and be like, "Ooh, I'll try this new goo pack I've never tried before," and then you have diarrhea, right? Like it's like, you know, that didn't happen to me, but I've heard stories of people it's happened.
Sure,
like,
it didn't happen.
I swear, my hand to Satan. I don't know. I was about to say like, what's gonna work here? My hand to Satan. Like, never done that, but I've heard so many terrible stories. Like, you never try something the first time on race day.
I got a quick question for you on running because I used to do marathons. I used to try to do 3 to 4.
I want to get back into it. Maybe not.
I do not. I have no desire to ever do it. My knees hurt too bad, and it's just like I met this guy on the airplane that I was flying to Montana with, and his wife had she was sitting right beside me. And she had an Ironman bag, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, did you do an Ironman?" And she goes, "No, my husband did." And he's a relatively very fit older man, and he looked at me and he goes, "Did you do one?" I said, "Yeah, I did one." He goes, and he looked at me. I go, "I'm not getting that stupid ass tattoo." And as soon as we got off the plane, he had a giant ass Iron Man or the Iron Man tattoo on his.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
And I'm like, what a poser. I mean, I won't ever do that. I'll never. I mean, I did it. It was miserable. I did it in the desert too, in Kuwait. And the only good thing about it was that 112-mile bike ride was easy on flat surfaces.
I can imagine. I'd imagine
you stay in high gear. You can stay in high gear the whole time
and just
crank it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But no, yeah, I don't know.
But that 26.2, that sucked.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, the other thing was easy too. Is
at least it was flat though. Fucking Nashville, all hills. The
both
one
ways.
I did, it fucking was. I swear to God, like about 23 of the 26.2 miles were uphill. They found a way to like always route you back around the same way, so you were constantly going uphill until you're coming back down to go to the stadium. And I remember the first time I did it, I was running with my buddy Zoe, and we met this other guy who apparently would run like a marathon a month and just do his like super hardcore. And he's like talking to us a little bit, and he's like, "Oh," he's like, "And this is your first one?" We're like, "Yeah, this is what we picked." He's like, "You picked a hell of a first one for your first one." I was like, "That's not what I wanted to do."
No, not right before they said go. Yeah.
Yeah, that was not a good job.
That's what so that's where I have where I was going to go with this is that, like I did 2 of the marathons in Seattle back in the day.
No.
Seattle, in my opinion, is the most hilly place to run. You start going up the hill, and it's like those, it's almost like those train track things like you see in
Like the incline.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is you go, if you're going down the hill, you'll go straight down. It'd be like a grade 7. And then you'll come to a flat area, and then you can get up on the parkway. Then you'll go back down grade 7 again, and then you'll get on like that. There'll be a railroad track or something. And you cross over that. You keep going down grade 7. Well, that's the only way you can get to Pike's Market is, I mean, that's where they started at, and it's also where they ended. But you have to, I mean, you're down at the bottom of the hill, so you run up that to start.
Yeah.
But what is?
Oh, it sounds like hell. People who are not runners who are listening to this, just imagine you feeling like you need to throw up for like 45 minutes straight. Like
when you're running a 7th grade uphill, you're really expending anaerobic activity, not aerobic.
Yeah, you're
burning. Then when you're coming back down the hill, your body is spent. And that's what
happened to me.
Now, I will take the other one.
I wasn't like gassed out tired. The muscles in my quads and like right above my knee would just lock up, and I couldn't walk anymore. Like what I needed to do was take the salt packs, but I had to get
an IV immediately after I finished my Ironman in Kuwait, because it was just so hot. So we had to do it at night, so we could
fun. We are fun.
We're more fun when we have more people here, but apparently they're all. I pissed them off.
We're fun as fuck on our own.
Yeah. Well, we've had a lot of
the other people have legitimate shit going on. People are traveling. Apparently Chuck's going to be in Chattanooga.
I know, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
If he's going to be there Friday, we should take a road trip.
I'm closing on my house on Friday.
Okay. Well, if he's there on Friday, maybe
you should take a road trip and tell him I said hi.
I would. I mean, it's only an hour and a half from here.
It's really not far. There's a friend of mine.
It's probably 45 minutes from your house. It's an hour and a half from my house.
He lives in Chattanooga and he works in Columbia. He works weekends. So he comes up every weekend, basically early Saturday morning. He drives up. It's like an hour and 45 minutes, something like that.
Hour and a half,
and then he works his entire 40 hours over the weekend because he stays there. It's King's Daughters. And then when he gets done, he leaves Sunday evening or whatever, and he's done for the fucking week.
That's not a bad gig.
It's not a bad gig. Yeah. And he's a bodybuilder. He does he's a personal trainer and does like physique competitions and shit like that. Like, yeah, he does pretty good with it.
But
and the kids don't fight him because
what's that?
And the kids won't fight him because
yeah,
he's got the size.
Yeah. But back to what we were talking about.
Anyway,
yes. So now Seattle does have a really cool St. Patty's Day marathon.
I would love to go to Seattle.
And they do, every mile has a drinking station.
Even better.
And I'm talking about like beer drinking.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the only time they run it to down and back, and they do it only on the it's on the flattest part of that, but it's where it connects with all the closest bars that are sponsoring it.
Hell yeah.
It's essentially down there in the Market Street and all that.
See, I've never been. That sounds fun as fuck. Yeah, I've done like
dude, you're so drunk by the time you get to like the 3rd mile.
Oh,
because you're drinking and then you're running.
Yeah.
So that stuff just going right through you. It's getting processed
very quickly.
You have people who barely make it across the line. They're essentially crawling. And what's funny is everybody dresses up like.
See, I've seen that exactly. I've seen that for in Nashville. They did I think it was something or other bar crawl. Something. It was a 4K.
Yeah.
Literally, because it was
I go do right.
It was too much drinking to actually do the whole 5 kilometers. So they cut it at 4. But yeah, you would run. You get to the stations and you would take like a little shot of beer and you would run to the next station, and that was the whole thing.
No, these were full cups at every.
Oh no! They didn't go hard like that. That sounds like a full challenge.
It was. There was times where I was like, and then as soon as I start running,
I can imagine.
Because it was. I mean, you're drinking way too much doing that. That's not something. And then of course you're getting your your heart rate's way up and your blood pressure will be up as well.
And you're dehydrating yourself just by running, and then you're drinking beer.
Well, no, they do encourage you to drink the 8-ounce water that's directly beside it as well. So, and when you get, and I think once you get past your 6 mile, and I'm not 100% sure, and if somebody's done it also needs to let me know because I don't remember, but it's either 6 or 10 mile. They hold you there until you finish the water.
That's hilarious. And she said road trip.
That's a hell of a road trip. I'd rather fly. That's roughly 2,700 miles.
Yeah, well, we can fly to Seattle. Then
we can fly to Seattle.
Yeah. Then we'll figure the rest of that once we get there.
And then you and I, we do well in a place together. We cohabitated before, and we worked out well. We just can't go to greenery shops in the middle of the day.
Oh yes, yeah, I still have that. I still have it because every once in a great while, I'll take a little nibble off of one, and that's plenty. Like,
yeah, if I had those, it would take
that shit's gonna petrify before I.
That's what I'm saying. It would take me 7 years to get through that.
Yeah, I took a little nibble actually this weekend, and I'm like, that's enough. That's all I need.
Is that the day I called you and didn't answer?
No, that was this just past weekend. But no, there was a related reason for that, but it involved.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah.
Remember, I talked to you.
Yes.
When did I talk to you?
It was like the next day or the day after.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I called you such and such. You didn't answer, and I was like, yeah, I did this and that. And I was like, you're like, it was only 2 in the afternoon. And I'm like, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it was.
So I called you Friday. That's what it was. I called you Friday and talked to you Saturday.
Yeah.
Because I was traveling Saturday to Burns, Tennessee from here, which is 50-something miles. So, by the way, nice drive. I took the 7 all the way up through all the way to Highway 70, essentially on the other side of Dixon. It was a beautiful drive. It's a nice place. My uncle would have been
scenic, a little slow, but yeah.
What?
Scenic for sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was a nice drive.
Yeah, it's not a bad drive.
Nice drive.
Yeah.
But yeah, by the way, I know we were supposed to be on topic, which we have not been with. I don't think this is my fault this time. I think you asked me a question, and then somehow or another we went down that way.
You know, this is hilarious. It's 35 minutes. I think she's talking about something different. Tina, what are you talking about? Because we were talking about going to actual Seattle, Washington earlier. Tina,
maybe it's 35 minutes for her.
Road trip. Road trip to what? She's going to tell us. Tina, explain it to us. We're simple creatures.
I was talking about Seattle, or we were talking about Seattle.
We were.
Murfreesboro is 35 minutes from me.
There's parts of Murfreesboro that are 35 minutes from me.
Nashville is 35 minutes from me.
It's got to take you at least an hour to get to Nashville.
No, it's about 38 minutes.
You are right off of 65 though, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, I'm within 7 miles of 65, but yeah, I'm right there. I mean, it's my road, and then I take a left, and then I'm on the interstate next. So it's not very far, but I do live out in the sticks you see.
Yep.
That's from a song.
They're just convenient sticks, but yes. No, I feel that. And where I'm going to be I won't be near 65 so much.
So I got a question for you. So this is a good question. I was thinking about this the other day. This will be the first anybody's heard of this. So I am thinking about it, pondering it, gifting my home to Jordan and Kelsey as a wedding present.
It's pretty damn generous.
I was thinking about that the other day. I mean, I could take it as a tax law, so that's good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The state of Tennessee is going to require me to have some type of bill of sale, so I only have to sell it to them for $1. I can provide the dollar.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, you can provide the dollar, but yeah, I hear you.
But I have been thinking about that because, like, they're young. This house is way too big for me and little Chief Murphy and Winston, 3 donkeys. I've been in my pool. I've been in my pool this season 2 times. Ask me how many times I've cleaned it. 4,000.
I'm sure. Yeah.
You know, so
So I like the hot tub. I actually use it like on a regular basis.
I didn't want the pool. I want to make sure we're clear on that. Pools are stupid. Men out there want to go. I think if you're going to have a hill to die on the I don't want a pool hill. Because she's going to ask you.
She just agreed to a road trip. She agreed to a 35-minute road trip. Tina, you have to tell us, where are we going?
I thought we were going to Seattle, and Seattle is a long way. It's 2,700 miles.
She's a 35-minute road trip to somewhere. Tina, where are we going? We want to know. Anyway.
There is a show, though, I want to see. So my neighbor who plays in this band.
You were going to ask me a question before.
I was probably going to ask you a question. Sounds like me.
You were.
What was I going to ask you? That's what I was going to ask you. So I did get to come back up to the. I did only take a little corner of a gummy tonight, but anyway, rough day, dude. My program director. But anyway, I never have to like pee. I can pee on command, so I never really like have to go pee. But for some reason, if I'm getting ready to do a race or when I was doing CrossFit competitions and stuff like that, I have to pee like 25 times before it starts.
Because you got nerves. You want to be ready.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in the middle of
I guess I want to be the lightest I possibly can be.
Yeah, that too. But no, I would remember that from races. Like, this and that. I'm going to go pee. Okay, well, I still got another 15 minutes. Maybe I should go pee again, like before I start or whatever.
Yeah, I would do that. One time, I remember one time coming out of one of those porta-johns and going right back into the porta-john.
She's talking about going to Nashville. We can go to Nashville. When do you want to go to Nashville?
We can do that. Mitch, I think, hey, Tina, are you still a bartender? And if so, what bar are you at? She may do special events, though.
I'm cool with that. No pool, but he has a pond.
Well, pond
is less work. Pond's a little bit less work, I think. But that also sounds very nice. I might not swim in your pond, but
it depends. I mean, like up there where he lives in Maryland, well, they still have copperheads, so he's got all the bad snakes too.
Yeah.
Good times.
I'm gonna avoid that.
But if you fish a lot,
I don't know. Giving us yes. I think.
I was just asking the question. I'm thinking about
if it's financially sustainable for you, I think in terms of like giving him a really good chance to not live in constant debt where he can start growing his own wealth, it's probably about the nicest thing you can do for him.
Yeah, so I was thinking about that. I don't know. It's just
if you can. I mean, that's
no. It's not a question if I can. I can do that. By the way, there's another building for sale on the square in Columbia, and I want to go see it. It's 20,000 square feet on the square. I want to own all that so the freaking investing companies can't come out there and fuck it up.
Pick it up. Yeah.
Turn it into Franklin, because I hate Franklin with all my soul.
Just you wait. It's you versus them, basically.
Well, right now it's just me and Mike Wolf, the guy from American Pickers.
Mm-hmm.
So the two of us have two different areas of the square. Mm-hmm. And then the people who own the KitchenAid store and the men's clothing store and the women's clothing store, Movin is one of them. I'm at club level at Nissan, and then I'm not sure.
Wait, what? Hang on. First of all, what is the neon coffin? I thought Nashville Nightmare was like a haunted attraction.
See, I just seen an advertisement for that as well. They sent me a text message. I was like, who the fuck is this? Send me a text message.
I want to know about Neon Coffin and Nashville Nightmare, Tina, please.
We could do it Friday after you get finished signing for your house.
To do what?
We could do that after Friday after you've signed for your house. Do you celebrate?
There are worse ways to celebrate.
What the hell's that noise?
That's me tapping my foot against the table. I'm going.
I'm curious about what's it called, the neon coffin. I'm gonna look it up. Google search.
Coffin, yeah. Still working on doing the ROI thing. That's
what's
cool. That? ROI, return on investment. I thought you were good with those terms.
No, I wasn't paying attention. Now I've got a bunch of signs and stuff, so I'm not sure what neon coffin is.
You know, I'm making notes over here. Tan, we're writing down information because of you. Coffin.
Okay, it's a bar within the Nashville Nightmare Haunted House attraction.
Okay.
So me and Michelle actually went to that last year. We went to that, unless there's a new Nashville Nightmare, but back in the day there was. That's true. Working from home, you do have a nice return on your investment. Do you disagree?
Why would I?
I don't know. You just seem like you were perplexed.
I was just waiting for some context. But
well, if you think about the wear and tear on your vehicle, the mileage, gas prices, you're not really affected by gas prices as much. Clothing. I mean, clothing may not seem like a big deal, but I wear board shorts and flip flops most of the day, right? And
a better return on your investment with those. I understand. I will send Jody pictures. It's a private bar in Nashville Nightmare. That's what's up.
Know what? Yeah. I need to get an invite there somehow or another there, Tina. So you gotta be my hookup.
All right. Okay. Because I want to go to there. I'm only saying this because of my Halloween street cred that I absolutely have for the number of years I spent, and the Halloween decorations that I still have not gotten rid of, and I'm still trying to find a way to take with me to a townhouse where I could never put them up because I'm unwilling to get rid of them.
You could do it on the inside of your house.
I could.
And you could invite children in.
I could put actual like concrete head style. I didn't hear that. What was that?
I said you can invite children in with candy.
No, I'm not. not going there. We're not going to the island today.
Dude, I tell you what, that if you've ever wanted to see any type of political jockeying from either side, this is not partisan. All you got to do is turn on the news or turn on X, which is formerly known as Twitter, or any of these things that talk about politics, because whether you're on the right or the left, oh my God, there's some political jockeying going on. And it's like, because like the easy response is one, but the other response is also easy to respond to, which turns out to be the same response over here. And it's
she's
just
making fun of us now. I mean, one, you're
no,
right.
What?
I said return on investment. She's talking about release of information. She does confidentiality stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, I see what I want to see. I mean, I work in business. Why wouldn't I think that was return on investment?
Because she works in HR, maybe.
Obviously, she works in healthcare or something, maybe.
Or, I mean,
I thought she was a bartender.
You can have more than one job.
You can.
In today's economy, it's almost a requirement for most people.
No, I work 2 jobs, sometimes 3.
There you go.
I have privileges at one university, and then the other one I do adjuncting at, and then of course I'm tenured at the other one. But the one I have privileges at, they pay when I come do guest lecturing. But the best thing I've ever done, and I've got to make this a business plan. I really do. When I was doing, and I still do it on occasion, but I don't have the time. I was making $20,000 to $30,000 a week as a consultant, an accounting business consultant. Oh my God. All you do is look at numbers, which turns me on. It's like Blue Chew or Viagra or whatever the fuck. This shit turns me on. And then you come in there and you're like important. Like that's pretty cool, And then they're paying for it, not only your hotel and your food and your transportation, but then they're like, your hourly rate is roughly $30,000 in 1 week.
Jesus. Yeah, I get all that without the money. I get I for my job, I walk into situations and I fix sometimes very, very expensive problems. But I don't see that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Not yet. Yeah, because when it's production stopping.
Well, I thought about starting a business of consulting because now the only reason why I stayed in teaching, to be perfectly honest with you, is because Preston. I want to make sure that though my father was there and present in my life, he was not the father that I am for Preston. if that makes sense. I think it was a totally different generation aspect.
There's a
Generational.
lot of things that are different, you know, but
Right.
you've learned from your experiences and you want to provide something better.
Right. And, you know, and again, greatest father I could ever had. I'm totally blessed to have him as a father. So I'm not saying it. What I'm saying is that he wasn't the father I am with Preston. Right. And, but so I took less money to work for a university rather than be a full-time consultant. And, because when I was doing full-time consultant, yes, I was gone a lot. I was gone probably 2 to 3 weeks out of every month. But that's $60,000 bare minimum in those 2 weeks. I mean, you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars. And what I keep thinking about is the contract, because again, return on investment, these things I think about. The contract was not me. The contract was the business I work for. I still do some work for, but not. But the business that I worked with. So they could afford to pay me the $60,000 for 3 weeks, right?
Right, Tina.
they could afford to pay me that. And it did come from them, the company I work for on the side. But how much money are they getting out of it? It has to be somewhere towards, you know, at least $250,000 for a contract.
I think that all the time. I think about what they're paying me or what they're paying other people, even our engineers and stuff like that. The fact that they spend this money, they don't even blink. There's not a product order. I will get on the regular, like some process engineer will put in an order. He's basically asked for like $30,000 worth of equipment and he wants it within the next week, right?
Right.
Nobody bats a fucking eye at all. He wants the stuff, you give him the stuff. He's a process engineer, give him what he wants. Because the money they're going to make off the back end of whatever is being spent is so astronomical that they don't even think about it.
But see, if I had my own consulting company, I could control that, and then I could hire for those roles that I need. Like, for example, let's just say that she does. I mean, if she's talking about a release of information, that would be a healthcare related thing. If she's working in healthcare as well, think about what she could do for. There's so many. Well, it's not just so many. Every insurance company plus every hospital has to deal with that type of, you know.
Yeah. At least it's fun. It's true. It sounds like you have a job that's probably fun more often than not.
Well, teaching is very fun, but you know, a lot of me has said the only reason why I stayed in teaching is because I could get Preston to school when he was not independent. I could be at every one of his football games. I never missed anything except for when I was deployed overseas for 2.5 years of his life. Except for that, all the times I got the opportunity to be there with him and for him, I was, you know, and, you know, like where, you know, I was a gifted baseball player at one point, and my dad came to 5 games total of that, only 1 game of football ever. And I played all 4 years too. You know, I played in college and I played in college, and my dad never came to any of those games. And then when I played music as a professional, he came to 1 show ever, and I gave him a guitar out of that show.
I remember, yeah.
So it is what it is.
It is what it is, but you've learned.
But we're at the hour, man.
We are indeed.
So you can close this out by saying like, love, share, turn on the notifications, hit the bells. You can say all that.
Hit all the bells and whistles, and I promise you we will be back. I won't be back next week. I'll be moving.
We will see. We may be out for 2 weeks, but if we are, it is what it is.
We'll be back, and we're going to drink more whiskey probably when we do it.
Good chance of it.
And we're going to talk some shit, you know, and we're going to.
Honestly, I thought this was fun. We talked about some really serious stuff that was good tonight, and some of it could be conceived as being a little bit partisan, and I think we handled that pretty well.
But we kept it copacetic. It was all good.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, my Nazi.
What up, my Nazi?
I mean, it's all the N-words. We just use them all.
It's way less ironic than you realize.
I just love that shit. It's so funny. I mean, we just use so much language that means nothing anymore. Like Nazi should mean the worst thing ever. and it's because it means nothing now. Just like white supremacists. I'm like, apparently I'm one of those because I'm white.
Did you?
And
I know we're
God.
ending. Did you see the Mehdi Hassan thing, like the Jubilee? They make
that one guy. That one guy.
The one guy sits in the middle, and I know they did it with like Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens, but they did it with this one dude.
That one
20,
dude.
like
that one
the
dude.
most ridiculous people I've ever.
Well,
you know
I
what I mean?
I didn't find all the 20 to be janky, but those two. There's two guys.
There's a couple.
You know the two guys I'm talking about. The one that ended up losing like everything in his life. And then there's
he's like,
one.
I'm a fascist. Like, it's supposed to be a joke.
He meant, that's what I was gonna say. He meant it as a joke, but it was the way he said it, and it was the look in his face. And here's the thing: I would love to debate Mehdi Hassan. He's an idiot. He would be easy to debate.
So, I will say this: that what I saw in terms of like the logic rules.
Yeah, there was no logic.
Everybody broke logic rules constantly throughout the whole thing. At the same time, if you're playing a game where it's
both people broke the rules logic wise. But yeah, if you're playing a game, you got to understand.
You're playing to win. If you're surrounded by 20 people, he's peppering these folks. You know.
Not only that, he's trying to make you look. He's trying to make that 30 million hit on a video, which it did do. Because that one guy looked like a fucking retard. And I don't mean retard like the fun people. I'm talking about the ones that don't really know they're retarded. And they should be doing don't touch my helmet.
I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'm absolutely going to leave it there. Much love to everyone. Drive like you know each other. We will see you not next week, but maybe the week after.
Well, we might see each other next week.
We might see each other next week, but I probably won't be on because I'll be moving boxes and I won't have internet. So,
Yep. Peace
out. All right. Cheers.
Bitches, Nazis, Negroes.